Hi guys, so before I run out and get some lunch before Brad gets out of surgery, I thought I would do a third video about an overview about my trip to see my Grammie. There's a few issues within it, or a few things within it that I'm actually going to do other videos in the next couple of weeks, but I thought I would do an overview because originally I told you guys I was going to vlog throughout the time and then come back and put all of it together in one big vlog. That didn't happen. I had some technical issues. I had some other issues that just didn't make that possible. So I'm going to do an overview now, and then I'm going to do a more in-depth one about a couple of the things. So I left on Tuesday the 29th of September at close to midnight. Flew overnight, went to Halifax, got in at 7 o'clock in the morning on, the 30th. Wednesday the 30th, picked up my vehicle, was able to set up my GPS and my Wi-Fi on my own. Oh, not my Wi-Fi, sorry, my Bluetooth on my own, which I was quite impressed with. My husband was quite impressed with too, because he's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to set it up. But that's the only thing I liked about this Kia Sorento I had. That was the only thing I liked about it, was that sort of stuff was easy. Like, the programming was easy. But anyways, didn't like the vehicle, but it got me through the week, so it's fine. So I got that, went to my parents', stopped in to say hi to my dad at his work, which is only up the street from their house. Went to my parents, got a shower, went out to lunch with my mom and her best friend from high school, who now lives very close to my mom. My mom doesn't live anywhere near where they went to high school either, but they live close together, and she really wanted to meet me, and she's friends with me on Facebook, but I put her on limited status, so I have no idea who this woman is. I've never even really heard tell of her, just barely. Anyways, so we went out to lunch, and then we went to the mall, and my mom went to Sephora and spent like $500 freaking dollars on makeup. I'm not sure how she could justify that in her budget, but anyways, that's not my place to judge. I wouldn't even get the sampler thing done, like where they do your face, because I was like, nope, because then they're just going to try to convince me to buy stuff, and as you can see, my skin's bad, and I can only use certain types of makeup, and I was like, nope, they're going to try to make me feel bad. Even if they're not trying, they are going to make me feel bad in wanting to buy makeup. So then we went home, went back to my parents, and we got my dad, and because he was home from work by then, and we went to Jack Astor's for supper for my dad's birthday, because my dad's birthday was on the 28th. I was a little concerned about going there, because Jack Astor's used to be in Halifax and in Newfoundland and in Ontario and Toronto and Ottawa. And I think it even used to be out here in Alberta, but then it left Canada completely because the service and the food went downhill, and yeah, there was just too many problems. But they're starting to reopen Canada under new branding, but they're still called Jack Astor, so I was a little concerned, because the last couple times I've been there was disgusting. Mind you, I haven't been there in close on 10 years. We went, and that's when my dad wanted to go for his birthday, and I said, I'll take you and Mom anywhere you want to go for your birthday. So we went, and it was the best experience ever. Number one, they made carbonated lemonade, because I'm trying to stop drinking iced tea, because it's the only caffeine I take in, and I'm having a lot of problems with my migraines, and some have lower than others in the caffeine department, and I'm actually doing a video on comparison. I'm working on that right now. So I'm trying to drink lemonades or lemon water or whatever, because I have to also be careful of sugar. So anyways, they make this, they take water and then they infuse it with lemon, and then they add carbonated water to the infuse. And I was like, that's kind of weird, but it's like $2.50, and it's some big old glass. It was I don't know, it was in a beer glass, in the really, really tall, wide beer glass. I know that's not helpful, but anyways, and it was only $2.50, and I said, you know what, I'll try it. If I don't like it, my mom's gonna end up drinking it or something, or my dad will drink it. It was awesome. It was amazing lemonade. There was like no sugar in it, like, because I got them to show me the thing. There's no sugar in it. It's just infused in, the lemon's infused in the water, and it's like that for a couple days in the fridge. And then when they add the carbonation makes the lemon get not so tart, and it's just amazing. So I had that, and we decided we wanted an appetizer, so we got bruschetta. Is that how you say it? The bread with the tomatoes and the oh my goodness, I've never tasted such good bruschetta in my life. So one thing is, it wasn't little pieces of bread, it was big pieces of bread, which keeps the toppings on better. And it was just amazing. And it had like this balsamic drizzle. It was amazing. And then I had a chicken burger full of veg, grilled chicken burger full of veg without the mayonnaise or anything. And it came on a sweet potato bun. So I didn't even have to have white flour or not have a sandwich. And my dad had a surf and turf, and my mom had some sort of curry stir fry. They loved it. So it was really good. So we left there, went to go over to see my aunt and uncle and my cousin, but my cousin and my aunt were in bed asleep because they were sick. So we visited with my uncle, and that was the day that the Blue Jays won their division or whatever. And my uncle is a die-hard Toronto fan in all sports, so he was very excited. So he had out the wine. So we had some wine, because my dad and my uncle make wine. So anyways, we did that. Then we went home. Thursday, I spent the day with my sister and her daughters. My one niece's birthday is on the same day as my dad, so on the Monday. And then my other niece, her birthday is on the 10th of October, so we gave them cards with gift cards inside to Walmart so they could get whatever they wanted. But then I took them to the mall and we went shopping, and my sister came for a little while before she went to work, and bought them each a present. And it's really, really sad that they both wanted makeup. It breaks my heart. They're getting way too old. My one niece was 15 in October. My other niece was 12. So, I mean, I guess it's to be expected. But because I don't see them a lot, I'm like, no, where's my little girls? Because I saw them 2 years ago when I was there when my Grampie passed away. And they were like, they just seem like they've grown up so much in 2 years. But anyways, but that day was horrible weather because we were going to do some outside stuff in Halifax, but the weather was bad to the point that we saw someone hydroplane so bad that they flipped their vehicle, and we had to call 911 and stuff, which was really scary. And both of the girls freaked out, and my sister freaked out, like not just upset because they just saw this and, you know, someone could be like over the top, which explains a lot, about the situation that they live in, but that's for a different time in a different video. So we took my sister to work, and then we just went to that one of those yogurt places, self-serve yogurt. They loved it. So expensive. It was like $40, and I had just like a little bit of frozen yogurt and with some fruit on top, and they didn't even go crazy with theirs. Like, it was ridiculous, but that's what they wanted. And there's one in one of the new Walmarts. So we went there, walked around Walmart, then I dropped them off at their friend's house because their friend was having a birthday supper. Their friend's parents were putting on a birthday supper because a bunch of people that live on their street all have the same birthday or like similar birthdays. So we did that. And then Friday, my mom decided that she wanted to go up to my grandmother's with me, which I didn't really want, but whatever, I wasn't going to fight. So we stopped at Costco, got her some flowers, got 3 roasting chickens so that we could have cooked dinner because my dad had to come up the next day after work. So we went up, we surprised my Grammie by knocking on her door. We used my dad's keys to get in, and we knocked on her door. And I was talking to her on the phone, and she's like, "Oh dear, I have to let you go. Someone's knocking on my door. Can you call me back in a few minutes?" And I said, "Sure, no problem, Grammie," because that's what I always do. And she opened the door and I was standing there with the flowers. I'm going to do a better video about that specifically, but I could talk all day about that. So then on Friday, I just like caught up with my Grammie and stuff. And then, and then my mom and I went shopping to get some groceries for why I was going to be there. Then Saturday, around lunch, we decided to have cooked dinner on Saturday, not Sunday, because we wanted to go over to my Grampie's grave, which I'm going to do a separate video on. And the weather wasn't great on Saturday, plus my dad wasn't going to get up until late because of working, so we decided we would do that on Sunday, and we would have cooked dinner on Saturday when my dad got off work. So we were making cooked dinner around lunchtime, shortly after my great uncle, who we knew was coming at some point from Ontario with his wife. He was coming for Thanksgiving, which was actually the next weekend, so we weren't exactly sure when he was coming. He showed up with his wife and their 2 blind poodles, which was a bit of a thing, because my parents have a jiu-jitsu. I can't say it properly. Anyways, they didn't get along, but we got it to work. And the 2 little blind poodles have very restricted behaviors, and they carry them around everywhere with them like babies, and it's kind of ridiculous to me, but whatever, each to their own. I don't know if one of my cats went blind, what I would do. I might go that way as well. So then Saturday we had cooked dinner. Sunday, my mom, my dad, and my quote-unquote brother, Sandy, the dog, went back home. And then we just stayed up, and that night I stayed up until 2:30 in the morning with my grandmother just talking. And then on Monday, my uncle and his wife went shopping, and I just stayed with my Grammie, and we just did Canadian trivia all day. That's one of the things that she does to keep her mind active. She'll be 90 in December, and she does crosswords and Sudoku and word search and trivia and all those things. But it's getting hard for her because her eyes are getting bad and her hands are getting bad. So her one friend comes down and they do it together. So she reads it out to my Grammie, and my Grammie will say the answer and they'll put it in the crossword or whatever. But we just sat there and did trivia for hours on end. Then I stayed for supper, and then I went back to my parents because the weather was supposed to be bad on Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, I spent the day with my mom, which was a huge mistake. And I will do another video about that. But yeah, it was not good. And then when my dad got home, we all went out for supper. So that was okay. And then Wednesday morning, I left to come home. And did I skip? I completely skipped Sunday. We went to the Bay. I think I missed that. Went to the Bay, went to my Grampie's grave. I'm going to do another video on that, though. And then Monday, I did the trivia and came home, went back to my parents. And then Tuesday, I spent the day with my mom. And then Wednesday, I came back to Edmonton. And I'm going to do another video on this, but it was actually very difficult when I first got home. It was really good. I was really excited to see my husband. My husband was really excited to see me. I hadn't seen him in a week. He brought me flowers at the airport. He even surprised me. He or tried to trick me. He sent me a text saying, "Oh my God, I completely forgot to come and get you," because he works on the south side of the city and we live way east of the city. And so if he actually would have forgot me, I might as well have taken a taxi. And anyways, he played that trick on me, and I was just I called him okay, let me hear a cat then, right? And anyways, it was just really good. And then within a couple days, we just started fighting because all the things I hate about the way my mom treats my dad and all the things I hate about the way my mom acts wasn't to that extreme, but whenever I'm around her, I take in her negative energy. It's horrible. So yeah, that wasn't good. And we got into a big rip-roaring fight, and my husband kind of said, you need to make a decision. You either need to work with your mental health team to figure out how to not become your mom every time you see her, or we need to break up because I'm not living with your mom. And I don't blame him. Yeah, it's not good. So we've worked through that, though. It's, when I came back, I was going to be working on this new therapy, EMDR, and I'm going to do a video on that too with my psychologist. So that was already set up. I told her, I actually saw my psychiatrist right after I came back too. I explained to him, and they both think that this therapy will help, plus acknowledging the fact that these are behaviors that I don't want to carry forward, and I don't want them to be part of my personality, and also acknowledging that some of what happens is not just traits from my mom. It's ways that I'm choosing to act, even if it's involuntarily choosing, or I'm choosing subconsciously to act that way. It's not all just living the abuse and being around her and taking on her traits. So anyways, I'm going to do another video about that. But my husband and I are good now, so that's good. But yeah, that was kind of my trip. So I'm going to do another video on my surprise from my grandmother, another video on the trip to Scots Bay to see my grandfather's grave, and another video about my mom and my relationship and how it affects me. So that is that. I think that's all for now. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And please remember to subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.